Good morning everyone, hello and welcome to So What If I Sew. I'm Jess and this channel is all about sewing, dressmaking and all things stitch related. And this week you join me for my monthly weekend sewing vlog, yay! This month, a lot of what I'm sewing this month is Christmas presents, and it's kind of got to be because I've sort of picked the most complicated things I could possibly have picked to sew, and then I've gone, oh, let's do that in a month. Great. So I will be doing a mix this week of Christmas presents and my own sewing. I asked you guys and it was honestly a 50-50 split on my Instagram, so we're doing this. However, I've compromised by doing Christmas presents that I am allowed to tell you guys about because the person knows what they're getting. For example, my sister's Eden coat. She knows she's getting it, we've discussed it, she's seen the fabrics, so I can show you guys. And then we'll do a few other bits and pieces of my own sewing this week. It's also quite a busy week generally, so I've got a hospital appointment on Wednesday. I'm semi-furloughed from work, so I'm doing 2 full days and 1 half day. Today is one of those full days, so less sewing today, but I'm hoping more tomorrow. But I've also got a lot of NA work to do, so as always I will be balancing sewing alongside the rest of my daily life. So projects you can look forward to this week. I will be discussing on the present side my sister's Eden coat, and my other sister has requested like a big kind of dressing gown robe, and I'll tell you guys more about that when the fabric arrives, but yeah, so we'll be working on that. And then I will be looking at doing a Lotta for myself, I think this weekend, Florence blouse from SizeMe Sewing, which is a pattern I got in the sale, and I'm going to look at making myself a sweatshirt with my new loop back French terry. However, I've just realised I may need ribbing. But anyway, we'll get started and we'll do that. That's a project I want to do this week. And we'll have lots of other little bits as always. Before I get on with my day, I'm also going to try and wear a me-made outfit every day this week, or at least most of this week. So here we are. I'm wearing my lovely Great British Sewing Bee wrap dress in viscose jersey from the rag shop. Nearly dropped the camera, hilarious. And it's really, really cosy. I've got a top on, like a strappy top on underneath, just because it is viscose jersey and it is November. But it's really, really snug, really comfy. And I'm looking forward to wearing this throughout the day. It kind of feels like I'm wearing a big dressing gown and I love it. So without further ado, I'm gonna go get a cup of tea and then we will get on with our Monday. So you join me at the end of a work day. Today didn't go quite as planned. I was gonna do some sewing before work. And then after I filmed my last video, I couldn't breathe properly to talk for a bit. So obviously I got a doctor's appointment and I've now got some antibiotics and some instructions to increase my inhaler because being an asthmatic in winter is kind of just like this. So I'm gonna take it easy. I've been working in bed all day so I can kind of prop myself up because I was finding it easier than sitting in the chair. But now I finished work, I'm going to stay up here and I'm going to cut out the pattern pieces for my sister's Eden coat, like the actual paper ones from the printing, like because I got them printed in a big A0. So we'll do that, and then I'm going to do my Eden coat FAQ, but I'm going to really take it slow, take it gentle tonight. I've got some ironing to do of fabric that went on to pre-wash yesterday, so I'll take you with me for that. But we're going to take it, but we're going to take it nice and easy. And this is a nice job at least that I can sort of do anywhere in the house and I can stay snug. And I've got, if you're wondering what's on my laptop while I do this, I've got Spooks on because I'm really enjoying a good old rewatch and remembering what phones looked like in the 2000s. It's kind of fun. So, on we go. So I've cut out those pattern pieces, we've had a nice tea. I'm beginning to feel a little bit better, which is nice, so I'm still going to have like a hot bath and chill tonight. However, our Tesco shop is late and I don't really want to go chill before it arrives, so I'm going to take the chance to do some sewing, and I'm going to make my mum's, half my mum's Christmas present, which is a Florence boxy tee from SizeMe Sewing. I made one in my last vlog and loved it so much, and I posted a picture in the fab chat and she went, yes, I'll have one of those please, in exactly the same fabric. So it's going to be a round 2. The only thing I'm changing is making the sleeves slightly longer because that was a request of hers. So I'm going to get going on that, and last time it took me like 45 minutes, so I'm anticipating another nice quick sew. So I'm going to get the ironing board out so I'm ready to go, and then we'll do that. So I got the bodice and and the back together, and now I'm getting quite tired, so I'm gonna go have a bath and read my book and relax a little bit with my evening antibiotic. Woo! But I'm chuffed. I at least got some sewing done today, which for a Monday I'll take. That's fine. I also worked an extra hour today because I'm taking Friday off for annual leave. And the way I've structured my hours on furlough, basically I've maximised the number of days I'm in rather than hours on each day, because in terms of client contact that's most important. Normally I have like 1 floating hour on a Friday, so that's now done, and I can do 3 hours tomorrow, full day Thursday, and away we go. So I'm gonna go have my bath now and try and make it super hot and steamy so I can steam out my lungs a bit. But I will see you guys in the morning. Good morning everyone, welcome to day 2. Today I'm still feeling, as you can probably hear in my throat, I'm still feeling a little bit under the weather, and I'm hoping that basically either I feel better or the doctors will prescribe me some steroids because I really can't breathe. So we will see. But today is going to be fairly chill. This week really you're going to see my sewing as self-care, I think, because I like sewing when I don't feel well. It's something else to focus on. But I'm probably not going to be doing anything super ambitious this week, and I'm probably going to be making some comfy snuggly stuff, so you know, it's all different, and the reason I do these is so you guys can see what I actually sew and what I actually do in a week, so hopefully this is helpful. So today I've got work. I'm about to do some MA stuff because I've got a meeting before work with one of my MA tutors, then 3 hours of work, then another MA meeting. Then I need to do some MA work this afternoon, but I'm going to finish off Mum's Florence boxy tee today, which is the same as mine that I'm wearing today. Fully, except this, ignore this, me made outfit here, my brie skirt from Cutting Thread, and my Florence boxy tee from SizeMe Sewing. Fabric is from Sew Anonymous for the top and Rainbow Fabrics Kilburn for the bottom. So I will be finishing off her one, because I basically did it last night. I just need to do the sleeves in the light so I don't mess them up. And then I'm going to iron some fabric, and hopefully the elastic arrives today so I can get Mum's other present done. And then that's her Christmas sorted, and I can start another very exciting project later in the week. But we will take it slow, we're going to have a nice fun week, but this morning the first thing I'm going to do is a little bit of editing, so get all the footage off my phone, and also I'm going to reply to YouTube comments because I forgot last week and I have so many, so I'm going to go and reply to all of those now. Good morning lovely people, it is Wednesday. I didn't actually do any sewing yesterday, because I started doing MA work and then I looked up and it was pitch black outside and my head really hurt, so I continued doing MA work and did tea, and then I just had an early night because I'm really tired. So today I've got a really important hospital appointment because I have got endometriosis and I had a massive surgery for it last year, and now I need to go back and see them. So I am wanting to do some sewing to kind of help myself calm down a little bit. Not that, I mean, hospital appointments are fine, but it's always a bit scary. So I need to pop out this morning to get some cash for a taxi so I don't have to go on trains. And then I am going to finish off Mum's top this morning, and I'm going to print a new pattern and I'm going to assemble a new pattern before my MA lectures start, because I think I just need that moment for myself to do something just for me this morning. Even though the thing I'm actually finishing off is for my mum, the pattern is for me, and you know, headphones in, sewing time is never a bad thing. I'm starting to feel a little bit better, a little bit brighter, still on my antibiotics, still persevering, but definitely feeling a lot better. Throat is still a little bit off, but what can you do? So looking forward to it, and let's go for a nice walk in my Eden coat, get some air and some money, and then we'll get sewing. Also, I forgot to say today's outfit is half me made. So the skirt I bought from New Look a couple of years ago, but I really love it, so I'm not buying any more, but I love the skirt. So it's ready to wear. But this top I made myself. You will have seen it in my 4 jersey top video. This is from Simple Sew, and the fabric is from Rainbow Fabrics Kilburn. I've got about 2 meters of it left, so it's going to become a wrap dress because I love it. Like, I love the pattern, I love the weight. I think it works really well with this top. So yeah, I just want to update you guys because we are doing well. We are 3 days in and we're me made every day. Has been a busy day. I had my hospital appointment and it went super well, so to celebrate I'm going to make something for myself, and I'm going to start my Lotta tonight. I put a poll up on my Instagram because I couldn't decide between my Tilly and the Buttons Nora and Lotta, but hey, we're going to go for it. I'm going to do a Lotta, and I think I'm going to be a bit of a heathen and cut my pattern pieces out of the original because, you know, it's a fairly straight shaped garment, so I can make it bigger if I need to. It's not a huge issue. But I'm going to do my measurements now, and then we will get going with my Lotta. There's 2 fabrics I want to make my Lotta out of, but one of them I'm now slightly concerned I don't have enough. So I'm going to lay out both and see what we do. But this will be really, really nice. A nice way to chill and do some proper sewing that's just for me. Which at the moment is a bit of a novelty, and yeah, really looking forward to it. Also, now you guys know I'm waiting for elastic from Hobbycraft. I went back and looked because I still haven't had a dispatch email. I realised I went back and looked and it said normal delivery is taking 2 weeks, which is beyond unacceptable. Like, I don't care how busy you are, 2 weeks is not acceptable for normal delivery, because it did not say that on the website, it only said that on the confirmation email. So yeah, not impressed, Hobbycraft. I would have ordered from J-Cots if I'd known, but now it's on its way, so it's really, really irritating, because I honestly might just order my shearing elastic from J-Cots and then I'll just have more when it arrives from Hobbycraft, because I just want it to do a blouse. Like, I've got a pattern I actually really want to work with, so that's kind of frustrating, but hey, what can you do? It just teaches me that even if there's a deal on, still order from an actual sewing supplier, because Hobbycraft are not good enough. Like, they are fine in terms of actual like threads and quality and everything, but their delivery is really expensive and I don't think you get the service, so I will be avoiding them in future. I don't mind going in because there's one in person in Staines that I'll go to, but realistically, yeah, not impressed. So let's keep the positive energy going. I'm gonna make a cup of tea and let's get some sewing done. bring you guys along with me for this. So I've cut out all my pattern pieces, right? And I've been meaning to make a Lotta for ages, and I actually bought 2 different types of Lotta for it. And somebody, and I feel terrible, I've forgotten her Instagram handle, I must find it out, mentioned to me when I bought 1.5 meters of the Lady Mackerel viscose that she said to me, like, oh, I was going to make a Lotta too, but I couldn't fit one out of it. And I was like, oh, okay. And I wondered, I was like, I don't know, like, maybe it's a layout thing, maybe it's something like that. I've just done it. No, it's because everything, and I mean everything in the Lotta needs to be cut on the fold. So it is incredibly wasteful as a project. Like, it basically needs one massive fold. It's ridiculous. Like, I don't think I've ever worked with a pattern where everything is on the fold. Now, I know that's done to make it more beginner friendly and easier, but it means that I'm using twice as much fabric as I would for literally any other project. So I've just gone through 4 or 5 different fabrics from my stash to find something I have enough of. So fingers crossed this is the winner, and I was going to use this for something else this week, but I think it'll make a really nice Lotta. Is this kind of coral purpley colour, sorry the lighting is terrible in here because it's so dark, this kind of purpley coral viscose Marika from Rainbow Fabrics Killbone. And I was going to make a Florence blouse out of it later in the week, but now I'm going to swap and make the Florence blouse out of one of my Lady Mackerel viscoses and make the Lotta out of this because I have 2 meters of this. So this should work, fingers crossed, a little bit better. In terms of the Lotta, I was bad, I did just cut my pieces out. However, I've also cut out the bits that extend the skirt separately, and I'll just take them together when I need to extend the skirt, so I've still got the pieces. But yeah, the pieces are pretty simple. I'm making a size 3, which is a 10 in normal language. The sizes, again, are a little bit strange. I do find the bust to waist ratio very, very narrow on tilling the buttons. Like, I don't think it actually, like, there's not enough of a difference, in my opinion, in her sizing. But hey, everyone's got a different pattern block. So I'm looking forward to trying these instructions. Hopefully they are clearer than the Eden Coat instructions. But yeah, I'm going to get this laid out and cut out tonight. We're going to see how quick a sew it is, but as always, I'll take you guys along with me and we'll see how we do. It's 10:30. I'm going to head off to bed, but I'll show you my progress on my Lotta so far. So I skipped, as I often do, I do her instructions in different steps. So I'm going to do the facing and interfacing in the morning because I'm just too tired to turn the iron on and do it all. So we have a top. So I need to attach the facing on top and then flip it through, and then once I've done that I can sew up the side seams and we will have the top of a Lotta, which is very exciting. Now, you may have noticed in the cutting out time lapse there's quite a lot of sugaring around of fabric because even 2 meters was not enough to get like on one fold to get this pattern out in a size 3. So you need 2.5. Like, this is one of the few patterns where you do actually need the amount of fabric it says you do. However, what I managed to do was prioritise cutting the skirt out as a continuous piece, and then I got the end foot or so of fabric, folded it basically like flat and then in on itself to meet in the middle, and I got the 2 top pieces out of that, which helped a lot. But yeah, like, I'm gonna write a pattern review of this, I think, because it's a great beginner's pattern, but I think it's, I don't know, it feels a little bit wasteful, the amount of fabric you need for the size of the pieces and everything, and it's all just because it's on a fold. And I know that's to make it easier, but I don't know, it just doesn't sit right with me because it's just really wasteful, and it gives you offcuts you can't really use. They're weird sizes. However, I am really enjoying finally getting to use this fabric. I've wanted to use it for so long. I got it, but I've been saving it up for something special, and I feel like a Lotta would make really good use of this because it's patterned, and I was a bit hesitant about making anything with too much detail because the pattern is so busy. But I think this will look great. So I'm gonna go to bed now. It's been a very emotionally charged day, and tomorrow promises to be very busy, so that'll be fun. But yeah, I am looking forward to it, and I will see you guys in the morning. Good morning, lovely people. I am starting to feel much better, yay! I'm working 8 till 4 today, so I've actually already started work. I've sent a few emails from bed, which is really bad, but I have. So I've just got dressed. I'm gonna go work now. I'm doing 8 till 4, and then tonight I'm teaching, but before my class I'm going to do a little bit of work on my Lotta because it's really fun just to sew something for me actually. It's really exciting, and that fabric's so beautiful, so I'm really excited. Fingers crossed we'll get that pretty much done tonight. I'm just being lazy about the interfacing, so once I've done that we'll be done very soon. So I'm excited to show you guys that. I also need to do a little bit of blogging today and a little bit of editing. Because I've not been able to edit the last day or so because I've been quite tired. So we're going to do that. I'm going to do some blogging, bit of work on my Lotta, and you know, if my elastic from Hobbycraft decides to arrive, then we can finish one of Mum's presents. Oh yes, and I must, I did 99% of Mum's Boxy tea yesterday, but I just need to hem it today. That is something I must do actually. So I'm going to hem that, and then that's done. I can wrap it, it's sorted, which is nice. And I'm steeling myself for tomorrow annual leave, where I'm going to start Ollie's Eden coat, even if I just cut the fabric out tomorrow, because that's always the complete pain. So Lotta first, and then we do some Eden coat for Ollie. I'm hoping it'll be a lot quicker because at least I know what I'm doing, but the cutting stage is just, it's a bit interminable really. But now, cup of tea, breakfast and work, and I will see you guys a little bit later on. Hi everyone, so I didn't take a proper lunch break from work today, so I ate while I was working, so I got to finish an hour early, yay! And it's a beautiful, I think you can probably tell by the light on me, it is a beautiful day. So I'm going to go out for a walk, and then I'm going to come back, and provided Adam's meeting is finished, I'm going to finish my Lotta. I'm so excited. My plan is to sew until it gets dark, and then I'm going to do some MA work, and I'm teaching my class tonight, and we've got family game night with my fam, which is really nice. So all in all, very good Thursday, and I'm on annual leave tomorrow. Woo! I didn't mention earlier, but once again, got the Me Made garment on. I've got my Amaya shirt from Made My Wardrobe with fabric from the rag shop, which is so beautiful. The other exciting thing, and I'm just going to tell you guys because, you know, these vlogs tell you about my week. So we live in a terrace house, it's lovely, but it gets very cold in the winter because we have electric heater. Now, they heat up the house fine, but the problem is the laundry doesn't dry, which is obviously an issue when there's 2 of us and, you know, you're changing clothes a lot every time you go to the shops or anything. So this has been a problem, and then my dad has just got us a new dehumidifier, which is very exciting. Our old little one just kind of burnt out, I think, with the volume of water it was getting. So we have got a new one, so as stupid as it sounds, I'm really excited to get that going because I'm hoping the laundry will be dry. We've got such a backlog, and Adam says that, you know, anytime I wash fabric, there's then a huge backlog of laundry, so fingers crossed, won't be an issue anymore. Now I'm going to go for my lovely walk, and then I'm going to come back. I'm going to iron the fabric for my dad's present actually as well tonight, but obviously we're going to use this beautiful sunlight all for sewing. So I will see you guys in a bit. a busy day. I actually had to have a lie down earlier because whilst I am feeling a lot better, I'm really determined not to overdo it because I'm really bad for doing that. So I have done a load of work on my Lotta tonight, which is really good. The only thing actually I have left to do is the elastic for the waist. So I've cut it tonight, like the actual length of the elastic, and worked it out with the calculation. But I don't want to do the casing until the morning, just come out a bit of light. But I am on annual leave tomorrow, so that will be fun. It was I taught my class tonight as well, which was nice. And we had a game night with my family where we played Pictionary over Zoom, which was fun. So my family were all spread all over the UK, so it's really nice. So yeah, now I am going to, I've uploaded all the footage from the last 2 days across my laptop. My blog post is like 90% there, but I want to look at it in the morning with fresh eyes again because I'm just really tired. So I am going to, Adam's already gone to bed because he's got a very early start, so I'm going to have a shower and wash my hair and then kind of just sort the house out really. It's quite late, but I'm not sleeping super well at the moment, so what can you do? Antibiotics can be really bad reflux, so just trying to wait and try not to sleep on them, trying to have like, you know, a snack with them because that seems to help. So I am going to go and sort the house and my life, and most importantly my hair. Dear God, it needs a wash. And I'm going to go sort that, and I will see you guys in the morning for my first day of annual leave. Good morning lovely people, it is Friday, woo! So I am on annual leave today, as I've mentioned. I got most of the way through my Lotta last night, so first job this morning is to just add the elastic channel and then that will be done. And I think I'm going to wear it tomorrow, but I'll take some pictures in it today. For my me-made garment today, I'm wearing a batwing top that I think is a simple sew pattern, but the fabric is from SewSewSew Sunshine, and I know she's restocked this, and if you have the colours, it's a viscose crepe. Desperately needs an iron, so I'm going to go do that because I kind of threw it away at the end of, like, threw it into the wardrobe at the end of the summer and didn't iron it, so just needs a quick iron. But yeah, so plan for today is Eden coat cutting out, finish my Lotta, blog, edit, and then I've got a load of MA work I kind of need to do because I've got 2 really big assignments, and they're sort of semi far away, but the kind of far away that's suddenly going to be like there if I don't do at least some work for them. I've also got a little MA meeting this morning. But I'm going to try and get out and get more sunshine, or at least light, because it's so hard at the moment. It's so dark, and being inside all day working from home, you don't even get your commute to kind of go outside. So I'm going to try and make sure I get more light to make me feel a bit more cheerful. But I am starting to feel better. I need to go eat some breakfast. I'm going to have a second cup of tea, why not, it's my leave, and enjoy my day. So I'll take you guys with me as always for as much as possible, but I am looking forward to it. So my plan of early morning sewing has been scuppered slightly because it's Friday and the landlords have still not got back to us, as the letting agency who manage our property have still not got back to us about the fact that whenever you use our cold tap there's an incredibly loud klaxon-like noise coming from our boiler. So I am spending my morning having a go at them really. So I will get some sewing done at some point, hopefully some blogging right now, and we'll get going. finished Lotta. I'm definitely going to write a blog post on this, I think tonight, because although yes it is a beginner's pattern, I've had to change quite a lot for it. Sorry, just stepping back to give you guys a proper view of it. I've taken around 4 inches off the bottom. This is the mini version, but it still sits just above my knee, and that's the mini. If I hadn't hemmed it, it would have sat below the knee. So if you're short, you need to take a fair amount off the skirt. That being said, sleeves are okay. The shape's a little bit strange on me. It's not like the most flattering. The top looks almost pajama-ish. But if you pull up the sleeves, and obviously there is the short sleeved option to make. A few other tips is you need to hem your sleeves before you enclose them. Doesn't say that in the instructions, but you do because they're really narrow and you can't get it through most machines. So give them a quick, simple flat fold hem before you put them on. Makes life a lot easier. Also, threading the elastic through this channel at the waist, it's actually a very, very small channel. So I had to like open mine up in places and then restitch, so just so you guys are aware. But I'm quite happy with it. I think it's quite flattering. It's very work appropriate. It's kind of actually, I can imagine myself making 3 or 4 of these for the summer so that I have something I can wear with a blazer to work. But yeah, I'm actually pretty chuffed with it. So I better get some pictures before the light goes. Hi guys, so it has been a really nice Friday night. I finished my Lotta, got some great pictures. Then I did a massive clean of my fabric stash, which is the little video I put in just then. Sorry it's an Instagram one, but it was the best representation. I've now got some fabric ready to go on destash tomorrow, so that will be nice just to get rid of a few bits I'm not using, see if anyone can use them. And then I had a lovely haggis dinner with Adam. We just really fancied something like stodge and nice and warm because it's so cold at the moment. And I wrote a blog about my Lotta just because I had the ideas in my head, so that is now live. It is linked in the description below. And then I had a nice hot bath, and now I am going to read because I've got a really good book. I'm reading The Count of Monte Cristo at the moment and it's just so good. So really enjoying that. Nice classics. And bedtime, really nice early bed and just sleep forever. So I will see you guys tomorrow. Did manage to get an Eden coat cutting done because I was going to, and then I looked at the state of the floor, and you really have to make sure your floor's clean if you're cutting wax cotton on the floor, because everything, and I mean everything, sticks to it, like oh my god. So that was necessary preparation, and then tomorrow we will be ready to go and be able to cut out the pieces for my sister's Eden coat and maybe even get some of it sewn, because I'm hoping I can sort of just crack through it. And I will also take you guys with me in the morning for some editing. The fabric for my other sister's present arrived today, so I have 2 sisters, so one of them's getting an Eden coat and one of them's getting like a dressing gown robe and this stunning viscose jersey that I will show you guys in the morning, because there's also a really cute story attached to that. So have a great night. It has been a long week and now I am going to sleep for probably around 12 hours. See you guys tomorrow. Good morning everybody. It's a Saturday. I got up quite early today and now I'm gonna go do pattern cutting. I'm just gonna get the pattern cutting for my sister's Eden coat out of the way. Let's just go and do it. So I'm going to put spooks on, and that's going to be me for the next, I would assume, couple of hours probably. So let's get on with it. Good morning, lovely people, and it is Sunday. So I forgot to do a roundup at the end of my day yesterday, so I'll tell you what I did now. So I cut out all the fabric for my sister's Eden coat, which I did in the morning. It took a couple of hours, and then I was really tired, so I watched a Disney film or two with some biscuits and did all my Christmas cards. So they're done now, because obviously this year the post is really slow, so I want to make sure that they're off in good time. I know that sounds ridiculously early, but I always do them quite early, and then they're just sat there so that I can remember to post them and get people's addresses. And then after dinner, which was lovely, I made a really good start actually on Ollie's coat. So I've done all the stay stitching around all of the main bodice and sleeve pieces, because that is the first step and it's so annoying. So I'm going to do things in a slightly different order this time to last time, because I kind of know what I need to do, and there's some bits like I can assemble first. So for example, I'm going to just quickly whip up the lining, because that will take me 10 minutes. Like, it's so quick. You just make it, like, you just make a raglan jacket. It's really easy. And then I also did the first step of the storm flaps last night. So I sewed them together at the outer edges, turned them through. So I'm hoping they flattened a bit overnight. I'm going to press them down again, because that's the thing with wax cotton, you can't press it. So I'm going to do that, top stitch them, and then I will have some storm flaps ready, and then we are doing pockets. So my kind of progress idea for today. So my Christmas circumstances have changed, and now me and my partner will be having Christmas here together, because flying up to Scotland is a bit of a risk. My mum is extremely clinically vulnerable. I'm clinically vulnerable. So we've decided this year to be a bit more pragmatic, and so I'm going to be staying here. That means, though, that I have a lot of Christmas present sewing to do, and I suddenly have a lot less time to do it, which is fun and stressful. So, you know, there's that. So I really need to kind of crack through a lot of Ollie's coat today, but obviously it's still mentally tiring and I still don't want to make any mistakes. So I'm going to try and do the bits I'm happy with and I understand, like the lining and the storm flaps and everything, and then basically it's pockets, and I've got some interfacing I need to cut out today, because again I want that done, and we'll just sort of slowly get going. I might do some little bits, like I might just attach my hood lining, if that makes sense, and like little bits, so at least it's all connected, because otherwise, once again, I just have a bag full of thousands of pieces, and it's really like, I don't know, it's really demoralising to look at, even though you've actually done quite a lot. So I'm going to do that, and also what I'm going to do right now is I've got a cup of tea. I have a lot of editing to do because I keep meaning to do it and I keep getting really tired of looking at screens, so I'm not doing it. I've also got a blog post to put out, so I put one out earlier in the week on my Lotta, and I've got an Eden coat blog post I'm going to put out now, but I just wanted to take a few photos of my coat in the light to demonstrate a few of the bits on it, so I'm going to do that today. So you join me this morning for some editing. We're going to put The Simpsons on or something silly like that, with a cup of tea, and we will crack through editing for a bit, and then Eden coat time, and then I have a lot of MA work to do today. So unfortunately, I'll just address this, unfortunately I was going to make a Florence blouse from SizeMe Sewing this week, but my elastic never arrived and I'm still waiting, so I'm going to have a word with Hobbycraft when it eventually does get here to be like, why is it taking nearly a month for me to get 2 bits of elastic? Like, this is stupid. So I haven't done that this week, which I'm sad about, and I haven't done a Nora this week either, which was one of my plans. However, I did get my Lotta done, which I'm really happy with, and I might still print the Florence blouse pattern today, because I've still got to assemble it, so I might do that today actually. But yeah, this week's not been as productive as hoped because I haven't been very well and I've had a lot of other stuff on, but that's what the weekend sewing is about. It's about you guys actually seeing what I do and what I have time for, and what's realistic for me. And in November, stuff's busy, so we'll see. have changed into a me-made garment. Now I'm out in my pyjamas. I spent like all of yesterday in my pyjamas, so sadly the me-made ones are in the wash, so no me-made yesterday. But I just want to update you guys basically on what I've been up to this morning, because obviously you've seen a lot of time lapses. So first of all, we have, those are sleeves, ignore me. I have done the storm flaps and attached them to the front of my sister's coat and the back. Now I am working on the lining, so I've got to do, this is not what's next in the steps, but as I explained to you guys, I kind of know which bits can be done and it doesn't matter, and one of those is the inside lining, because you just make an inside jacket and then you basically don't touch it for a while, which works for me. So I have got behind me, here's half I made earlier. This is the back, one sleeve and the front, so it comes around like that. And then I've got the other sleeve and bodice here, which will then get attached. And then we've got our lining. I'll sew up the sides, obviously leaving that kind of 6 to 7 inch gap there to pull the whole coat through. But I just thought, if I get the lining together, that's a load of stuff that's suddenly attached and done. I'm going to do the same actually. I'm going to attach the back coat. Is this the back? No, those are still sleeves. Sorry, it's so many pieces. I'm going to attach the sleeves for the main coat to the back, which is this bit, because again, attached, I don't need to think about them again for a wee minute, and then once I've done the pockets we can add the front on too. But lots and lots of sewing going on. Now I did say I had some fabric and a story to tell you guys, and I do. So anyone who follows me on Instagram knows that last week, 2 weeks ago, I posted saying that I was really struggling to find some kind of terracotta coloured viscose jersey. Now this is because my middle sister decided on a different present, so I'm going to make her a big dressing gown and a matching eye mask. Now for this to be relevant in Australia as well as the UK, where she has been stuck here since March because of the pandemic, she wants something snuggly but also something light. She normally lives in Brisbane, so they do get a winter, but it's not like a proper winter, but it's enough that you could get away with something like this. And this fabric comes with a bit of a story in that when I posted on my Instagram, I was really struggling to find any, not because people didn't have it, but they didn't have it in stock, because this is such an autumnal colour and it was sold out everywhere. So I posted going, does anyone know where I could get some? A few suppliers, like actual fabric shops, came back to me and said, let's have a look with our wholesalers. But it was the wonderful Steph from the rag shop who was like, oh my god, yes, I can definitely get you some, and also don't know why I haven't got this in the shop already, because it really goes with her colourways. So she got me some, and then we did a little kind of pre-purchase so I could get it in time to actually sew for Christmas. She now has got this stocked on the website and I've linked it below. It is the softest viscose jersey in the world. It's so lightweight. Let me find a kind of single layer to show you guys. Oof, it's like butter. There we go. So it's really lightweight, as you can see from the movement. It's so soft on the skin, and it's perfect for this dressing gown project, because what it means is that Tasha will have a dressing gown that is lightweight but was still warm in the winter and will still feel cool on the skin, because it is that sort of viscose jersey. It won't ever feel rough, it will always feel kind of silky and soft. So I'm so excited to use this. I got 4 meters, mainly, apart from anything, for the length, because I want this to be sort of mid-calf length, if full length if we can get there, but it's probably going to be like mid-calf, maybe just above ankle. However, it might be full length, given that the pattern I'm using, sorry, I just don't want to let go of this, it's so nice. The pattern I'm using is over here, is the Simplicity Pyjama Set pattern. Now I have made the pyjama bottoms in this, oh my god, coming up to 5-6 times now. They're such an easy sew. So I'm using the dressing gown pattern, and based on the fact that I have to take 4 inches off the bottom of the pyjamas to get them to fit me and my family, there's a good chance the dressing gown may end up full length just purely by accident. Me and my sisters are all around 5'2", 5'3", so it's kind of helpful when it comes to this. There's a bit of extra length. So the plan for today is Ollie's stuff, I'm going to finish the lining, so it's just done. And then I'm going to do the back attached to the sleeves, and again then I'm going to put that to one side, because with coat construction the most important thing is to give yourself regular mental breaks. And then I honestly might cut this pattern this afternoon. I can get going on this, and then Dad's secret present is going to take the longest, I think. because I can't tell you guys what it is because he has no idea. Everyone else kind of roughly knows what they're getting, but Dad has no idea at all, so I don't want to like talk about it fully. But it is a male garment, and I've never sewed any menswear before, so I want maximum brain power for that. And me and my sister have also just found a really nice way of making sure I don't have to rush too much, as I mentioned earlier. So she's going to come to the house in December and pick up the presents because she will fly home. Obviously if lockdown permits, she will be flying home. So that means she can take them up with her. It means they won't get lost in the post, and I still have the same amount of sewing time as I did before, because I literally nearly had a palpitation this morning thinking that I only had 2 weeks to do 5 presents. So that's kind of stressful, but feeling a lot better. So I might cut this out today actually. I've got matching thread for this as well, but I'm going to link all my fabrics below. There's a good mix of fabric from everywhere really, and then after Christmas I will release a video where I actually show you all the finished presents properly, because I know lots of people have asked what I'm making, but I can't show you guys till they see it properly. So I will release that after Christmas, but I'm super excited. So I'm gonna have another cup of tea because it's a Sunday and why not, and then I am going to finish those bits on Ollie's coat, do a few house jobs, and then hoover again because the floor is now covered in this sort of yellow viscose thread, and then cut this out I think to get going. So let's do it. So it is 10 to 4 on Sunday. Now I'm going to be releasing this vlog tonight, so hello to anyone watching it the same day. So I need to get editing really. So just to explain the bits you just saw me do, I cut out all of the pattern pieces for my middle sister's dressing gown from the Simplicity 1563 pattern. So I'm quite excited. That fabric is like butter, it's so soft, and luckily there is a little bit left over, so I think I'm going to make myself one of these Florence boxy tees in that viscose jersey because it is just, oh, it's so soft. But I'm going to wait because obviously I've got to make her face, like her eye mask as well. So we'll do that first, and then if there's enough left, a little Florence boxy tee for me I think, because it'd be absolutely criminal to let that fabric go to waste. But it is going to be a full length dressing gown. I managed to get that much out of it. And it cut really well actually on the carpet, it gripped really well. So what I've learnt is when I'm cutting viscose jersey, or any types of stretch actually, I don't use my big grain scissors. I use these for wovens. I actually use these very long Hobbycraft dressmaking scissors because they are longer, thinner, and what they do is they don't pick up the fabric weirdly as they cut it. They slide right under and you can cut really smoothly through both layers, whereas I find these are really jagged through jersey layers. So, you know, just thought I'd tell you guys. If anyone else has got the same thing or they use different scissors for fabrics, let me know in the comments below. However, this has now brought this month's Week in Sewing vlog to a close. Thank you guys so much for joining me. I love showing you guys my week. I feel like I've not done enough sewing this week to merit the vlog, but hopefully it's still enjoyable for you guys. Hopefully there's still stuff in here. Let me know what your favourite make of this week was in the comments below. All that remains for me to say is thank you very much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a like, share and subscribe to the So What If I Sew YouTube channel. You can also find me on Instagram and you can visit my blog as well. Some blog posts are linked below. And I will see you next time.